She thought that she was the problem, and that's the part that haunts people the most. We have a beautiful 22-year-old woman apologizing for his violence, convincing herself that she caused it, while the world watched her slip deeper into the grips of a covert narcissist. And like millions of victims of covert narcissists, Gabby couldn't see the danger until it was too late. She thought that she was the problem. Gabby Petito had her whole life ahead of her. Dreams of travel, content creation, all of it. But behind her smile was a war with someone who knew exactly how to charm and exactly how to destroy. Hey guys, I'm Holly Mae Cormier, author of Memphis. My novel is a thriller about survival, psychological manipulation, and the invisible traps victims fall into long before they even realize they're in danger. And today we're breaking down the tragic case of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. I'm going to do something a little bit different today, something that I think aligns better with my book's themes. My whole purpose of starting this channel was to bring you guys education on the signs to look for when it comes to narcissistic abuse. So I am going to be doing a psychological profile on Brian Laundrie and the signs and red flags that led up to this horrible tragedy. I'll be talking about the signs, specifically about covert narcissism, manipulation, and emotional dominance. Now, if you'd like to dive in deeper into the psychology behind cases like this, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and look in the link in the description to purchase my novel, Memphis. Oh, and also my audiobook drops in early December. So within 2 weeks, you guys should be getting the audiobook version. So if you're not a reader, I have the audiobook narrated by yours truly coming out in December. So watch for that. And I will have the links in the description as well as on my link tree once the audiobook is available for purchase. Okay, so what happened? In the summer of 2021, 22-year-old Gabby Petito and her fiance, Brian Laundrie, set out on what looked like a dream come true road trip across America, a van life journey. On August 12th, 2021, police in Moab, Utah, responded to a domestic disturbance call. Witnesses said that they saw Brian slap Gabby. Doors were slamming, and the couple were in a heated argument. Okay, baby, come away. Okay. So no charges were filed. Gabby was labeled as the aggressor despite visible signs of her distress. And this is a chilling example of how abuse by narcissists is often dismissed or misinterpreted. So on August 27th, 2021, the couple was last seen alive together in Jackson, Wyoming. Moments later, Gabby vanished. Autopsies had confirmed that she had died by blunt force trauma and strangulation. So 2 weeks after the discovery of Gabby's body, investigators discovered Brian's remains in Florida. Near his body was a notebook in which he confessed to Gabby's murder before he unalived himself. So who was Brian Laundrie? I want to break down a little bit of a psychological profile on this guy. Brian wasn't an explosive narcissist, but Brian was the other kind, the kind who destroys you slowly and psychologically, all while pretending that you are the one losing control. The covert narcissist traits that Brian exhibited are immense, and I firmly believe that he was a covert or a malignant narcissist, 100%. So number one, it was his quiet dominance. He didn't need to yell. He used silence, mood swings, passive control, and emotional withdrawal to stay in his power. Secondly, a lot of covert narcissists wear this sensitive, misunderstood artist mask. People described him as calm, artistic, and introverted. This type of narcissist often appears gentle until they are challenged. Number three, rage disguised as irritation. Brian rarely exploded in public. His violence simmered beneath small criticisms, condescending comments, and impatience. Number 4, dependency and control. So we know he lived with Gabby's family, he traveled with her, he worked with her, and isolation is a narcissist's favorite tool. Number 5, the "you made me do it" cycle. When police stopped him, Brian played the calm victim and Gabby played the hysterical abuser. This is classic narcissistic reversal, and the police fell for it, like most people do. Okay, now I want to get to the body cam footage. This is a textbook narcissistic dynamic displayed on camera for all to see. So when officers asked Gabby what had happened, she apologizes over and over and over, even when she's the one shaking, even when she's the one that's fearful, even when she's describing his actions. Victims of covert narcissists always do this. They apologize, they minimize, and they blame themselves because their abusers condition them to behave this way. And Brian in the body cam footage, well, he smiles, he jokes, he says she's just emotional, and he distances himself from taking any type of responsibility. So this is DARVO is an acronym for deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. It's chilling to watch because once you know the patterns, it becomes painfully obvious. Now, let's break down what we see in the footage. Gabby is shaking, she's hyperventilating, she's apologizing. This is what happens when a victim has been conditioned to believe, if he's upset, it's my fault. If I tell the truth, he'll get mad. If I act calm, maybe he'll stop punishing me. So in the footage, Brian jokes with officers, he appears calm, he's even smirking. Abusers often behave normally around outsiders because they're not afraid of the victim. Their behavior is performative. They want their victim to look unstable. They're rehearsed in manipulation. Now, Gabby minimizes everything. Victims aren't lying, they're surviving. Most survivors watching the Gabby Petito body cam footage can really relate. So the buildup that we didn't see and why Gabby missed the signs. Most victims don't realize they're being abused because, number 1, narcissists start as your perfect partner, giving you validation, having shared dreams. Brian gave that. Number 2, the slow drip of control. Little criticisms, mood shifts, needing to manage his emotions. And over time, Gabby would have internalized, if he's upset, it must be my fault. Number 3, isolation through adventure. A cross-country trip seems romantic, but it cuts you off from family. And that's exactly what Brian was going for when he offered them to go on this cross-country van life camper adventure. Gabby was trapped in a van with her abuser thousands of miles from home. And number 4, there is an identity erosion. You stop trusting your instincts. You start believing their narrative over your own. And that's why Gabby apologized in Utah. She wasn't lying. She truly believed that she had caused the problem. So typically of abuse, it's love bombing, isolation. Brian's van life dreams seem romantic, like the perfect escape. Gabby may have thought that she was building freedom, denial, and blame. After the police stop in Moab, Gabby apologized, saying that she was so mean because of OCD, classic gaslighting and self-blame. So the public and private persona on social media and at first glance, they were a very happy couple, but only went on inside the van. This duality shields narcissists from suspicion, silence, and fear. Gabby likely feared she wouldn't be believed if she spoke out, especially after protecting him during the police stop. Manipulation and control, the final suspicious text, bank card withdrawals, van returned without her, signs of a partner trying to cover their tracks and control the narrative. So the final escalation is when a narcissist loses control. So when narcissists feel exposed or abandoned, their behavior becomes erratic. It can lead to public arguments, emotional outbursts, desperation, violence, and the timeline shows exactly that. Witness saw fights and crying. Restaurant staff reported Brian losing control. Gabby was isolated, she was terrified, and she was trying to keep the peace. So Brian had returned home alone. He had used her bank card. He hid from law enforcement, and he ultimately unalived himself. Even in his final note, he blamed circumstances, never taking accountability. Narcissists almost never take responsibility, even in the end. So Gabby Petito was not weak. She wasn't naive. She wasn't blind. She was the classic target of a covert narcissist. Someone knows how to charm, how to manipulate, isolate, and control. And it's the same emotional truth at the heart of my novel, Memphis. It's a story about psychological manipulation, survival, and what it takes to break free from a narcissist's grip and the kind of cruelty that destroys you from the inside out. If Gabby's story resonated with you, then you'll be in the same heartbeat of dynamic as my novel, Memphis. Link is in the description to purchase my book, Memphis. My audiobook will be released in early December. If you like this content, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and you can check the description for some domestic violence resources if you are in a relationship like Gabby currently and you suspect that your partner is a narcissist, or if you are a survivor of such a relationship. Then I invite you to follow my channel and follow me around online. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys on Tuesday.